Before we go on to the next thing, which will be to modify the KN, which I've already put a small dent in the boss right here for the drill bit. I want to talk about something that's been bothering me for a long time, and I don't know if I've made any videos on this. How many of you out there have to use hose clamps on either your car or your bikes or whatever, and you get these hose clamps, these standard clamps, which you buy at an auto parts store here in the United States? I don't know what it's like in other countries, but you will go and put them on and tighten them up, and they strip. You'll get them real tight and the damn things strip, which is worthless. Okay, when I was a young man, these clamps were made by our engineering companies, TRW, some of the big names that we have, and they were very, very good. And I was getting upset because I have to make water-cooled connections all over my bike, and the bike vibrates like a bitch. I mean, it vibrates. So these clamps cannot vibrate loose or be put on half-ass, as we call it, or Mickey Mouse. Half-ass, Mickey Mouse. What it means in America is someone that's doing something too fast, too cheaply, and hopes it works. But in the end, they just look like a low-class fool. Well, what I did a few years ago is I started to look for better hose clamps. Now, I believe they call these Jubilee clamps in Europe. A friend of mine in England once called them this. I found some clamps, and these are not put in. I mean, they're not tightened down, okay? These are what they look like in comparison to the complete junk on the right. These hose clamps here, I believe they come from Norway or Sweden. And I'll show you the bag that I got them from. I saw these on eBay, and I decided, okay, I'm going to get them because they're blue, and they match my color scheme on the bike. Anyway, I got them, and well, they were the same clamps, but they weren't blue, and I was a little upset by that. So the guy sent me some blue ones. But these clamps, Jubilee clamps, hose clamps as we call them in the United States, are far and away the best I've ever seen. They're heavy, okay? They don't strip. They have an excellent clasp up here. This crap is Chinese pot metal, and it's a joke. One of the tips that I will give you on using hose clamps or Jubilee clamps on your bike is, of course, we need to put one here on the front end and one on the back of the rubber carburetor connector. But I also take these little clamps and I use two of them on every hose that's, say, like connected to this nipple boss when it's put in. That way, if one of them gets a little bit loose, the other one won't. And I found that's a good way of doing it. I'll show you the bag these came in. I was digging through my parts that I bought a few years ago. I happened to buy a bag of these, and there are 50 of them, and this is the company that sells them. They're called ABA Original It's an ABA company, or whatever that is. This bag right here weighs a couple of pounds. And that's the tip of the day. These are really good clamps. Excellent clamps. And they have, let's see if I can zero in on what it says here. They're in metric, so I don't understand them at all. And this is in metric here. If it was, you know, it says size 24 on these. That's what it takes for your carburetor. Hold on. They're a little bit larger, but the next smaller size is a size 16, and it just almost works, but it doesn't. So if you want the top of the line hose clamps, look up this company, ABA. They're from Europe. I think I bought them from something like European Motors, and they're well worth whatever. They don't cost a lot of money, but when you buy them, they're well made and they work. They don't come loose. That's all for all you professional racers. Rock on.